Hey there YouTube, I am Fasha. Welcome back to the Chessie project. This is going to be series video number 5, the last one. So as you can see in the picture there, we had just finished up the one. That's where we left off in the last video. I went ahead and painted the other locomotives and got them ready. And we're just looking at them here and seeing where the mess ups are and what we can do about it. And again, I can't mention this enough, 90% of a good paint job is preparation. Things that you do prior to actually painting will help you in the end. So keep that in mind. So as we look at the pictures here, you're going to see that we're studying them and trying to figure out where our little boo-boos are. Here in the white frame, you can see a boo-boo there where apparently the tape wasn't tight enough. Again, here on the side of the low hood. Looking at this side, what you want to do when you get done with these is just sort of line them up. You don't want to try to do them one at a time. By that I mean find all the areas that need to have yellow paint, find all the areas that need to do blue paint, find all the areas that need the vermilion, and then try to tape them up and do them all at the same time, because it will help you. It'll help you by saving paint. So we're going to bounce through the pictures here. Again, there's the tape ball. It's continuously growing, and you can see here on the catwalk or the walkways where the blue didn't quite get to the edge to touch the vermilion and cover that up. So we're going to take a look at that first and show you how we're going to tape over that. Now again, the way I'm doing the tape job here is really nothing different than I did before. It's just going back real slowly and cautiously, making sure that you have the tape where you need it at. Now I am not going to cover the aspects of taping. We've already done that. The only thing I'm going to say to you is just be real careful. This right here, this wide spot on this one is probably the result of having two pieces of tape on there, double layered tape protruding out from the surface. So we got this one taped up. You can see the yellow stripe there is exposed on the blue, so that's what we're going to tape and we're going to work on. Again, the second locomotive, I probably put too much tape in there in that corner, trying to keep it from bleeding down and running, and that's common. You know, just check your work as you go. You can't make it perfect every time. It can't be perfect the first time, so that's why we go back and touch things up. So now we got this thing taped up. Again, I'm not going to show you everything that I do, but right now we're concentrating on this area, and here looks like the repaired version. So we got that taken care of. The blue is running up to the edge now like it should. We're happy with that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at this pic. Yep, there's the second one we taped up on. It looks good. It's nice and straight. It's not as noticeable, and we're happy with that. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so what we're looking at here is where we had some paint bleed in around the tape, and it looks kind of crappy, so we're going to try to fix that. We're going to see if we can't mark this here. There you go. That's what we're looking for. So we want to get rid of this red bleed and make it more like what's in the frame there. And since we're working on red, we're going to go ahead and check other areas. Or excuse me, yeah, we're going to be trying to cover up red, so we're going to be looking at other areas that we can use yellow. As you can see right here, something weird happened on each one of these locomotives. For whatever reason, on that one side, I had a little vermilion bleed over the left headlight, and that was intriguing to me when it got done that they were all there in the same place. So what we're going to do is we're going to start masking for that, and we're going to show you a neat little trick here. I'm stammering here because I want to point out the tip of the day to you. Okay, here we go. So I want you to pay close attention to this piece of tape on the right. I've got it outlined there in the white. This is your tip. When you're trying to patch up an area and the area has different colors or is the same color, try to find a natural indentation into the frame. As you can see here, I use this piece of tape to go right down the crack where a door was. So if I spray over to that and I get a slight buildup, same thing there on the bottom, and I get a slight buildup of paint, it's going to go into the indentation and not be a high spot on the paint. Again, the same thing there at the rear of the high hood, where the side starts to turn around to the end. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions about that or need a longer explanation of it, just let me know. Post it in the comments and I'll answer them there. And if you do have any questions, please put them in the comments. Don't send them to me as a private message. This way I can answer and it'll benefit everyone. Now, when you're patching this stuff and you're spraying over it, go light. I don't care if it takes you 3 or 4 times to do it. You do not want paint to run on a finished surface. If it runs, oh, it's just nothing but a headache. So now while that one's drying, we're going to go ahead and move to the front of the low hood, and basically here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look for natural corners, but I've got to very carefully cover up that vermilion so the yellow does not get too high on it. Again, using corners, you know, you don't have to paint off the entire front, but just use your tape and go to an edge, go to a curve around corner, what have you. Again, that will help you a lot. So now we've got first coat on this one here. We've gone back and checked this one. I think maybe after that photo I put another coat on it, and yes, this is locomotive number 3, and we're going to deal with this blue here around where the statins come down from the handrails, the handrail supports, if you will. Now basically this was kind of tedious, but at the same time it worked out very well. Just cutting small pieces of tape, putting them straight down on the side there, vertical, and then coming back with angled pieces of tape and closing in the bottom, because we want to get that vermilion on there, but we don't want to get the vermilion on the blue and then have to tape off that area as well. So again, take your time. Again, just taping this off. You know, the big areas, massive areas, we really ain't got to go too heavy that, and we don't have to go too deep into the painting, so or the taping rather. So just run it down, put your big piece on there, spray it off for where you need it, and then get to shooting. So as you can see, there's a small lip there. We're not worried about it. We want the tape to hang over. Now we're moving on to the vermilion on the side of another locomotive, and same thing here. Use your corners, use your lines. Don't go too heavy. If it runs, oh, you're going to be in trouble. Take your time. Turn the pressure down on your airbrush. You don't want it splattering on there. You don't want it running. That just makes for a mess. Alright, so there you go. That's one of the units that we repaired. On the side of it there, I believe that was a picture of the vermilion stripe across the top. More tape! Yes, gosh, I'm mosey. I've never used so much, as they say on Fargo, geez oh Pete's. I've never used so much paint, so much tape on a project. So here we go. This is the one here. It's dried. It looks real good. Satisfied with that. So now we're going to move on to touching up vermilion on another one. As you can see there, we got some blue coming down on that one. Again, same things. If you'll go back and look at that one, you'll see how I ran the tape at the corners, the cracks around the doors. Ran this one down here on the bottom one, left this tape hang over a little bit for the vermilion on this one, and shot it, and I think it looks pretty good. We're going to zoom in here and take a look at it, and by golly, it does look pretty good. So there's a picture of the other one that we taped up. This is one that we I think we were done shooting it, and it looked good. And there you go. So again, you know, just take your time with these things and work with them. This one here, we had a little blue fade. Quite honestly, on the steps, I don't think I used an airbrush on those. I think maybe I just used a small brush and painted that up. More tape everywhere. This tape ball, oh my gosh, it was the size of a basketball, probably bigger than a basketball. Pardon me. Alright, so now we're going to get on this side here. We're going to start touching up some yellow. We're done with our vermilion touch-up. We're done with our blue touch-up. And you can see we got some little fades there. And again, I'm not going to go into all that taping again. We got a little yellow touch up there where the armrest is. And this was probably one of the hardest parts here, was getting this tape wrapped around the windows and then shooting it. But as you can see, it turned out. Yes, this is the last video. It is a little bit long, but I really didn't want to do 2 short videos. I wanted to get her wrapped up and move on to putting them back together. So there they are. I think they look really good. I'm telling you, probably one of the most challenging paint jobs I ever did. Learned a lot from it. I hope you learn a lot from it. And by the way, if you got a Chessie locomotive out there, or you got a locomotive you want painted in Chessie, let me know. We can talk. Now, what we're doing now is we're moving on to the details. Again, I use my clothespins to hold my couplers while I painted them up using rust to give them a weathered look, and touched up the fake air hoses. We got the frames back from Roy, who put the TCS something 2 in there, M2C or something like that. I can't read upside down, but he did a really fine job on these little locomotives, and now we're starting to add decals to them. Real happy with the way these guys turned out. The decals just really popped on this yellow. Again, we used prototypical pictures to determine where we wanted the decals placed, custom numbers, so we had to cut them out. Actually, I believe 2047, I believe the 2 and the O I could put together, and the 47 was cut separately. As you can see here, decaling can be, whew, oh my goodness, it can be somewhat messy, but we got them put together. They're looking sharp. Everything is as it should be. We're real happy with it, and that is the leftover scraps from just these decals on these locomotives. So what you think? You like? They look good. I like them, I tell you. Real happy with the way they turned out. What are we moving into now? We just got a few more pictures of this, and yeah, looking really good. Really good. Oh, and there's that stinking tape ball again. Well, I believe at this point I'm done with the tape, and it's gone, and we're happy to do that. So we got our couplers dry. No, these are our grab irons. These grab irons are molded out of 0.015 steel wire, and they were originally molded on the front, but I thought the mold, if you remember in the first video, I thought the molded on details for the grab irons would be too high, so I went ahead and shaved them off. Now that quick pick back there at the number boards with the decals on those, made those, got them set up. Now we have the snow plows, or the rock plows, put on. We got our handrails painted. We got them installed. Now, interestingly, about number 2047 there, 2047 was the only prototypical picture that I had found of a Chessie locomotive that had a vermilion horn. So as you can see in the prototype pic here, I thought that was really cool. That just jumped out to me when I saw it. So we went ahead and decided to make the horn on 2047 vermilion, and I tell you what, I'm glad we did. So now we got the handrails installed. We're going to go ahead and put the MU hoses and install the KD couplers, and I am telling you what, man, boom, that's all I can say. Really happy with the way these guys turned out. This is them mounted on the frames, sitting on my bench with the lights going. These little Concord, you know, people can say what they want to about them, but I will tell you what, they were fun to work with. I enjoyed them. They're a good, hard-working locomotive. And right here in one of these pics, where's it going to be at? You're going to see the really cool part about this. The rear number boards light up, and I just thought that was just great. Yeah, we turned the lights down a little bit so you can see the number boards on the front, and look at that. Ain't that awesome? I mean, that's cool. I mean, these locomotives were made years and years ago, and you just don't see that. You don't see a lot of that anymore on some of the lesser expensive locomotives. So again, you know, 2104 there, 2047 there with this vermilion horn, a little black sheep. It's got to be different. Manny, Mo, and Jack, as I like to refer to them, and Andrew like to refer to them as the three amigos. So we got them all ready to be delivered. A couple more shots here that we're going to take, and then we're going to take a look at some shots of these guys actually working the railroad on Andrew's Chessie System Thomas subdivision, and those are coming up now. Now that's a nice little pic of 6574 lurking over there. Interesting story about this Western Maryland, and we're going to come back to it in a minute. I did this one as well. But the Western Maryland 3799 was a locomotive that was part of the Western Maryland Railroad. But when Chessie came about, and the first time that 3799 made it into the Chessie Paint Shop, it came out 6574. So a little bit of trivia for you there. There's 2047 sitting up against a factory number, and sitting here all hooked up, looking good. Yeah, I did the details on this one too, and the paint job and the decals. Real happy with that one. Didn't do a video on it. Was pushing it through. Wanted to get down and get some good pictures of these guys. Gosh, don't that look good? I'm not bragging here. I'm not a boastful person, but I'm just real happy with the way these guys turned out, the way they look. Some more shots here, and then we're going to start wrapping it up. This is one I took across a bulkhead flat car, sitting in the yard there, trying to add a little realism to it. 2047 there lurking. What a beast. And man, those just look good. I'm real happy with those. So as we start to wind down the video, again, I apologize for it being a little bit longer than what my normal videos are. Well, actually, this one's only going to be about 17-18 minutes with the credits at the end. So again, you know, if you're interested in me doing one of these for you, send me a private message. It's a little time involved, as you can see. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that I answered some questions for you, and I hope this video helps you paint your own video. You know, share it with anybody. There's not a lot of information out there on the internet about how to do these, and you know, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Again, thanks for watching. We've already operated these locos and they worked flawlessly. So as always, rate, comment, share. Y'all take care. See ya. Bye.